Again, another live stream broadcast, podcast, or whatever that is. So I don't know how long that I basically didn't try to do this. I think the last time that I tried to do this is probably when I'm still fasting, perhaps in the best month of the year. Perhaps I'm not sure because yeah, it's definitely already more than a single month ago. So yeah, even though I'm still trying to do a good behavior recording, even though I think it's less than 5 times since that time. So I only try to upload the one that I already tried to create last year until it finally finish, even though I probably will try to continue into the next iteration, which basically the same. And I basically only try to create content from the place that I can focus on my productivity, even though yeah, I'm not sure the result is actually good because for some reason the audio quality, probably because I was turning a fan near I try to record the content, so yeah, it probably has a lot of background sound from the fan itself. So and I don't know how much that I basically can explain because yeah, there are already so many things that I going through from the last broadcast, even though I basically tried to write some of the unique things on my notes as usual, including the weekly inspirational things that I heard in the best day of the week perhaps. And yeah, what else did I basically want to talk about? So I don't know when will I basically try to come back into the place that I can focus on my productivity because this week I think there's a lot of day off, so I probably will try to spend time with my family as usual. And I basically try to meet with college friend, but yeah, it's the one that I used to frequent is already longer than what I not really frequent because yeah, he's already focused on his life path and it's okay. So then I basically need to focus on my own as well. So yeah, I already tried to work on the same place for my major of tasks for several days, more than a week, over and over again, since the last time that I probably tried to do that before the fasting month. So yeah, there's a lot of money to spend, obviously, rather than just trying to work at any place that I want, including in the place that I wanted to focus on my productivity because yeah, it's obviously needs a lot of monthly maintenance costs that I need to pay, especially from the electricity or from the service of the place either. And yeah, I don't know how long that I basically can talk about this because yeah, it's still only 30 minutes, almost 4 minutes. And yeah, the reason why I didn't try to do the good behavior recording instead because I'm not sure how long that I basically have the time for the unintentional free time. So it's actually intentional, but I didn't expect it because it's been a while that I didn't have this kind of time. And yeah, so it's also happened in the morning, so I basically need to focus on my main job of tasks first, doing some short meetings, and then yeah, after that I think once I already think that I work enough for a while, then I try to do some personal productivity things. And yeah, what else? I basically still try to live stream of my gaming content, obviously, because it's directly streamed to my Twitch channel through OBS Studio, but yeah, directly from my dream gadget. So I am still trying to record this using my old 2013 MacBook Air. So yesterday, during last week, during the time in the place where I can focus on my productivity, I tried to record it using my main job of task laptop, which basically newer than my MacBook Air, obviously, because it's a MacBook Pro 2018. It's still quite old for the other team members on my main job of tasks, but yeah, I'm still trying to do that because it's still pretty much sufficient for my skills. Because for some reason, just like when I tried to use my 2018 MacBook, 2019 MacBook Pro that I had, I never really utilized it quite effectively for productivity, especially for my main job of tasks, because yeah, I still prefer to do easy things as much as possible rather than a few things that harder, because to be honest, I don't really like to think very hard, especially when I believe that even though I try to make myself stressful, it doesn't always represent to what I expected. So that's the reason why I try to make myself as convenient as possible, because yeah, that's what makes me confident to the productivity phase that I try to create. Perhaps I don't know what kind of things that I just said, but yeah, that's the thing that. So yeah, I was trying to record it last week using Zoom because I obviously didn't try to install any kind of my personal data into my major of task laptop. So that's the reason why the Zoom is basically pretty common tools that I usually use for attending a webinar or a town hall. So that's the reason why it's also beneficial, usually beneficial for me to record any kind of gaming footage through the HDMI video capture. So that's the reason why I don't really need to use any kind of third party AirPlay, just like what I tried to use in this 2013 MacBook Air. So I use Reflector app, which is a paid application if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, I tried to download it for free because yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know, modded application in this laptop, obviously, because yeah, this is probably one of my oldest Mac operating system that I had, especially when I never really tried to upgrade it. I do upgrade it, the SSD into 512, so previously it was only 128, so the 512 is obviously never released unless it was a secret to order, perhaps, I'm not sure, but I do use an adapter from the NVMe SSD into the original SSD mount for the 2013 MacBook Air. So yeah, it's still pretty laggy, and I don't know, lately it's just often thermal throttling even when I didn't do anything. So it's only open apps, open browser with few tabs, and also music app, and I don't know why it's just thermal throttling all the time, even when I try to turn on the air conditioning. Maybe there's already a lot of dust in the heatsink, perhaps, I'm not sure, but it's okay. And since I basically wanted to use this until it's finally not usable, but I don't know when will it finally able to do so, because Yeah, one of my old Mac computers is finally not working, just like one of the latest that I tried to bought. So the iBook GeForce, which is the 12 inch, and it's still in pretty good condition. It sadly cannot turn on again because the hard drive is just too weak. So it's probably had a lot of bad sector or physical bad sector perhaps, and I'm not sure how can I change the hard drive because it's definitely hard to disassembly as well, and I'm not sure if I try to do that on my own it will actually make it worse or not. So I just try to, yeah, put that in the place for my, in where I can focus on my productivity. So the other laptops that I use to collect as well, which is the PowerBook G4 12 inch, it still works even though, yeah, any kind of task that's somehow feel too heavy even to open the files app, it's just making, can make the computer suddenly freeze and not working, so I need to force shut down and try to turn it again. I'm not sure, that's probably the same cause like this MacBook Air perhaps, so there's a lot of dust in the heatsink which make the processor overheat and slow. So yeah, I just can't write the notes. I'm not sure whether I can do it over and over again or not. So the iMac, which is the iMac White, I guess it's one of the first generation after the iMac G5, if not mistaken. So it still works, and it's definitely much faster than the PowerPC processor. But yeah, because it's have core dual core or core 2 dual processor. But yeah, it's still freeze sometimes when I try to open the camera app on the Mac OS operating systems, and when I try to browse, perhaps I'm not sure, maybe browsing are just not supported in the old Mac OS operating system because the browser are just too obsolete. So I'm actually already tried to install Ubuntu operating system, the 16.04, even though it's already deprecated as well, I guess, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm able to browse, to listen to the music even though it's still a little bit laggy, but yeah, the music is still pretty smooth, so the lag is only from the video perspective. And I obviously can write a blog as well, perhaps, I'm not sure, and also write notes because, but the one thing that I quite regret is because when I probably tried to move it from my parents' house into the place that I can focus on my productivity, I think some sharp things hit the screen, which, because the screen is still LCD, so it's really vulnerable for any kind of sharp things, and it's just make the screen broken. But yeah, it's still usable, but yeah, there's a lot of marks, and there's like, I don't know, maybe it's like a leak from the screen. So yeah, that's pretty sad because that's actually the most expensive that I tried to buy as well for the old Mac PC. It's $150 when I tried to buy it, probably in 2017 or 2016, I'm not sure. It's or 2018. It's already quite a long time ago, and it's probably the last one that I tried to buy related to the old Mac PC because I initially wanted to buy a modern iMac, but I feel it's not really worthy for me, or it's just too expensive, or I don't know what I eventually bought. But yeah, the one that but yeah, I already tried to satisfy it with the iMac. Yeah, the one that I had that have a broken hard drive is also the Mac Mini Core 2 Duo after the Mac Mini G5 or Mac Mini G4, I'm not sure. So it's still in the white colors. But yeah, I only use it several times. It's still in warranty from the second-hand seller, so I try to refund $10 from the price, probably $90 perhaps, just for fixing the hard drive that I definitely won't fix, because yeah, it's not definitely not easy to disassemble those old computers, because even in modern computers, on my first Mac operating system PC, which is the Mac Mini 2012, it's pretty easy to piece open the device, and but yeah, it's still pretty hard to upgrade it, especially when it comes to the hard drive, because it's quite below from the place that you can open the device. So it's already 16 minutes. I don't know what else that I basically want to talk about. So there's still so many things that I basically want to move or to set on the place that I can focus on more my productivity. Even though, yeah, the only productivity that I always wanted is basically create a short video just talking about something that probably unique, perhaps, even though I'm not sure I can create an appropriate visual that's pretty attractive to the public, because for some reason, even though the things that I basically try to explain is pretty attractive, but without any attractive visual, I'm not sure the algorithm from the short video platform can prioritize my video, so I just can accept it and try to do better and better in the future, which hopefully finally I can create content for my main job. Even though, yeah, I'm not sure when will it finally happens, because yeah, it's definitely going to be hard, especially right now when more and more people are trying to create good content, while the old people who's already pretty popular in the past is also don't want trying to adapt or trying to create businesses, perhaps, I'm not sure, from their popularities. But to be honest, I don't really expect too much from what I can create from the content, but yeah, as long as it can exchange my current main job of that is already makes me so happy, and I already feel very grateful about it, because yeah, having to do something that's really confident or convenient or didn't feel any stressful at all, it's already the things that maybe many people wanted. But yeah, it's definitely not everyone cup of coffee, because it's definitely not easy to work for your own. So it's much easier to work for somebody else, which you basically have an exact same salary, or trying to climb up the ladder from your career, perhaps, I'm not sure, which definitely gonna be hard as well. But yeah, many people think that yeah, it didn't have a lot of uncertainty, unlike the people who basically try to market their self to the public on their own, which is yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard, because for some reason there's a lot of competitors that we never see one by one. So yeah, we definitely need to have different unique things that differs from us to another people's, and it's definitely need to be the one that liked by the public as well. So I think it's already 20 minutes. I think I don't know, it's already one of the longest, or it's still far from the longest. But I think I will try to end this stream because for some reason I already talk a lot of nonsense things, or the things that I probably already tried to talk about before in the previous episode. But yeah, maybe I will try to rename all of the past live streams because I'm actually wanted to edit the videos that I already tried to prepare on my OTG drive, which are almost insufficient because I definitely need to move into a better or bigger storage devices. So that's the reason why I add the newest footage that I just recorded from the dash cam, or from the place that I focus on my productivity. I try to move it into my newest flash drive, which is the half terabyte ultra cruiser fit, right? Perhaps, which is very small flash drive, but yeah, it's have a lot of storage. So right now, micro SDs also already sell in the public with the capacity of 1.5 terabyte. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just afraid that it's gonna be like my 256 flash drive, which basically have the same size as my 512 as well, and it's just stop working, or become read only once it reached the half of the capacity, which is pretty annoying. And but it's okay since the data is not gone, unlike what I try to do with the 2 terabyte hard drive, which I haven't fixed, and I'm not sure the place to fix those hard drive is still available or not, because I used to try to fix it when I'm still in high school in the place which I like to visit every weekend or once in a while right now. But yeah, I used to have some alternatives in, at least not really need to go into another city, but yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna be more expensive or not, because yeah, definitely it's still pretty expensive to recover 2 terabyte hard drive, because yeah, it's gonna be hard task, and I'm not sure the result is really the same like I used to see in the past or not, because yeah, there's a lot of footage that I basically wanted to upload from those hard drive, but yeah, I don't know when. It's basically like thinking about when will I finally able to have some benefits from the content that I try to create, because yeah, it's so much uncertainty, and for some reason, yeah, it's definitely not everything that I've been through in the past is basically recorded. So yeah, the best recording is definitely in the afterlife, where we can see everything that we have done in this world, including the bad things, which is we definitely try to regret it as much as possible, even though it's already too late if we are already in the afterlife. So the only things that we can fix is actually try to do a good things as much as possible to cover up all of the always be something that we miss, that we haven't do yet in this world before we eventually gone. So yeah, it's already 25 minutes, and yeah, I think that's all that I can say. So I basically want to test the my strongest MacBook perhaps for editing. I'm not sure the iMovie is actually available or not, but yeah, at least I can utilize its resources, even though it's still not as strong as my dream gadget, which is much smaller and much stronger. But I'm not sure editing a video in those devices is pretty convenient, especially when it's not running on a Mac OS, obviously. So yeah, I think that's all that I can say. I don't know when will I try to do this live stream again or not, because I probably want to do another content instead, which is yeah gonna be a short video that I try to record directly without having to edit it. Perhaps I'm not sure whether it's gonna be have a good audio quality or not, because for some reason the audio that I tried to record last week in the place that I focus has a lot of background sound, just like what I used to say in the beginning. So yeah, I'm not sure if I didn't use a proper external microphone and just try to record directly, it will cause a lot of background sound, because there are actually so many external microphone that pretty common right now to do a video blog that can be directly used into the any kind of phone. But yeah, I'm not sure whether it has a good quality as a premium microphone that usually used for recording podcasts or not, because yeah, it's definitely gonna be a while to make it perfect. So I don't know, it's already 28 minutes. It's already the longest that I tried to create or not. Or maybe I used to create more than 1 hour of broadcast of live stream. Because for the good behavior recording I already tried to create for more than 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. Even though yeah, it's definitely made me quite exhausted, especially when I need to hold the phone over and over again, and also the phone for reading